The next chapter is about to begin. Join us live every Tuesday and Thursday for brand new episodes of the American Contractor Show. Our mission is to bring you the latest tools, innovations, and knowledge to help you become the most informed contractor in your market. Knowledge is the ultimate power, and we are connecting you with the most knowledgeable minds in our industry. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. American Contractors, I hope you're ready. This one's for you.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. If you haven't had the chance to, please check out our awesome sponsors, Art of the Supplement, C3 Group, and Merlin Law Group. Another big shout out to them. Thank you for all that you do in making this possible. And with that, we're going to jump into our weather headlines. So our main story for today is going to be our hail risks through Minnesota. So we could see some continued storm chances through that region into this afternoon. We've already seen some storms rolling through the area, so we'll see if those can continue. And then into tomorrow, we're going to see wind chances across much of the west once again, scattered wind chances actually all the way from the west into the east coast. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And then another look into our tropics. As usual, we actually have a third tropical disturbance happening right now. So we'll take a look at what's going on in the tropics once again and see how things have been rolling along. So first things first, into our hail forecast for today. So scattered chances, we've got low end chances of $1/4 to $1/2 sized hail through Idaho here. And then into Minnesota, we've already, like I said, seen a few storms rolling through the area this morning into this afternoon. So we will see if we can get those storms to continue sustaining themselves, moving through the northern part of the state, producing $1/4 to $1/2 sized hail. And then again, we've got low hail chances in the $1/4 to $1/2 size range through Idaho with some of the storms that are going to move through there this afternoon. So let's take a look at our wind chances because they cover some of the same areas here. So looks kind of similar to what we had yesterday. So we've got our wind chances through the desert southwest here, low end chance of seeing some damaging winds with a couple of the stronger storms that get going through that area. And then we've actually got a moderate chance of strong damaging winds through all along the Front Range, really up into Idaho and Montana. And then finally a low end chance of damaging winds with those storms that are ongoing through the northern part of Minnesota. So looking at that on our future radar here, so here is northern Minnesota. These storms through this area, you can see those dissipating throughout the afternoon, but a couple of those could continue going longer than others, producing that $1/4 to $1/2 sized hail along with a wind threat. And then our storms through the northern part of the mountains popping up here in the early to mid-afternoon hours and pushing their way southeast, producing damaging winds and possibly a $1/4 to $1/2 sized hailstone here or there, but it's going to be pretty scattered for our hail chances in that region. Then into the Central Plains, same story. We've got our storms moving southeastward, producing mostly damaging winds, possible scattered hails, but it's going to be mostly a damaging wind threat through our Central Plains, storms popping up in the early to mid-afternoon hours. Through the desert southwest here, we've got our storms popping up around 4 to 5 Central Time, pushing their way eastward, and as they do, producing gusty winds as well as possibly a hailstone here or there, but it's likely going to be too dry through this region for it to really produce anything hail-wise, so it's mostly going to be a wind threat once again. And then finally, back to wind and hail threats, we've got our Pacific Northwest area through Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. We've got those storms starting again early to mid-afternoon hours, pushing their way northeast. As they do, a couple of those who get going a little stronger than others, producing $1/4 to $1/2 sized hail and gusty winds along with them. Then into tomorrow, another very broad wind threat through much of the west as well as the southeast. So we've got our risk, a moderate risk actually, for damaging winds all the way from Montana back along the Front Range and into the north central plains, as well as the southeast here with a few of the storms that get going tomorrow afternoon. So we will take a look at that here on our future radar once again. So we've got our storms through the northern part of the plains, kind of blowing up in the early afternoon hours, pushing their way eastward. And again, a few of those producing possibly $1/4 to $1/2 sized hail, but it's going to be very scattered, wind threat through that area. And then into the central plains, storms again forming in the early to mid-afternoon hours, pushing their way southeastward, producing some severe weather along with those. And then finally into the southeast, we're going to see our storms blow up in the mid-afternoon hours, pushing their way northeast across Florida and much of the southeast states, so all the way from Alabama into North Carolina, we could see storms producing damaging winds. And this area has a more likely chance of seeing $1/4 to $1/2 sized hail with those storms right now, but it's a little bit too early to see if they're going to have enough moisture and lift to do that. So we will see damaging winds along with a lot of these storms, and we could see $1/4 to $1/2 sized hail with a few of the stronger storms in the southeast tomorrow evening. And then finally, another look at our tropics as usual. So we've actually got, like I said, 3 tropical disturbances happening now. So you guys know we have one here in the Caribbean, one here in the central Atlantic, and then we actually got a third that is forming off of the coast of West Africa. So kind of, again, a tropical train rolling through the Atlantic. We are expected to have a very busy season for hurricanes and tropical systems. And we'll see that get started with a couple of these depressions or disturbances here. So our first disturbance that is off the coast of West Africa really isn't expected to do much right now, just because conditions in the Atlantic are expected to kind of weaken as it moves over them, so it makes it harder for that to form. But our second tropical disturbance in the middle of the Atlantic is moving over better and better conditions, getting more organized as it does. So we could see this form a tropical depression here in the next day or so. And then it's going to continue moving over favorable conditions as it gets towards the Caribbean here. And then this tropical disturbance in the Caribbean now is expected to slowly move through into the northwestern part of the Caribbean, and as it does strengthen a little bit, it should form a tropical depression here in the next couple of days. And then when it does, it should be in the northwest part of the Caribbean, entering the Gulf of Mexico with those nice warm waters, calm conditions, perfect for things to organize a little bit and start to get more interesting. So we'll be watching this disturbance here, should again become a tropical depression in the next couple of days, and then maybe intensify a little bit more as it gets into the Gulf. So we'll be watching your Gulf forecast over the next week as that continues to move west-northwestward. You can see the tracks of those here. So we've got our first disturbance here and our second here, expected to become a depression in the next day or so. And then this disturbance off the coast of West Africa, really not expected to do much, but it's contributing to the continuous train of tropicals that we have seen over the past couple of days. So we will continue to keep you updated on that situation and what to expect along the coastal states with those. If you want to stay tuned to our forecasts, please do. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and hit See First on Facebook if you never want to miss a live video, and then it pops up on your Facebook and you can see that we're live. It's pretty great. And then if you would like to contact us, you can call us at 855-334-4245. If you're not big on the phone, totally fine. Email us at info@hailtrace.com. or check out our website. Lots of cool stuff on there if you want to see a little bit more about what we do. So if you have any questions, comments, please direct them to us at the following phone, email, or website. With that, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.